Today is the 28th of September, 2023. Excuse me for the lighting. In South Africa, we're being load shed, so I had to run and go and park somewhere where I can deliver this training for you, which I believe is the final one, as we have covered a lot of things. So if you have not been catching up, please ensure that you go and catch up on all the previous videos that we did. Welcome, everyone. The name is still the same, has not changed. Ndyebo Nguna in the house, assisted by leader Mina. Welcome to all the beautiful leaders that have joined us today. Let's learn. Remember, the concept that we've been talking about since we started is that let's make our back office the playground. So without wasting any other time, I will go to the back office so that at least we can continue from where we left off last. Let me do this. Oh, yes. Oh, hoping I'm hoping that everyone can hear. But if there are challenges with networks, I am trying. Load shedding is really messing us around, but we will keep on what were we saying last? Aluta continua. The struggle continues because at the end of the day, we gotta do what we gotta do. So yeah, as I was saying, we're gonna start with account details, and then we look at all those wonderful subjects there, your notification, the address, changing of passwords, personal details, identification, qualification details, which we have touched in a bit, as well as personal website and the settings. Okay, so what's important when you go to notification, for example, this is where APL Go wants to know how you want to be communicated to. Right. Now you understand that when we talk about notification, you'll always see someone has joined your team, you've got so much money now, you've got this bonus that has come in. All of that information always comes in, right? So now here on this place, this is basically where you go and tick or untick whatever that you're comfortable or not comfortable with at the end of the day. Remember, this is your own back office. You can customize it the way that you want, which might be different to other people. So as you can see there, that when you're talking about the notification about the achievement at level 1 to 3 of your structure, so your directs, and then your grandchildren, so to speak. Okay. So how that you want that communicated, it will always will tell you what is the maximum rank qualification that you've achieved. So it will either you will see it on your back office, or there will be a message that will be pushed through to you. So same thing as all the other start bonus. So every time, like you are sitting here now, if you are registering someone, or you've given someone a link and they are registering, immediately that you've finished registering, APL Go will send you a notification to say that so and so has just recently registered, or so and so has given you this bonus. So whatever that the situation is. So this is basically where you come and says, I don't want to see any of that information. Then you remove all those tick boxes. Or no, instead of it being sent on the back office, let it either be sent on other platforms that you see in here. But we will talk in terms of where do you go? You see Telegram, you see emails and all of that. Where do you go and activate all of this information? And then there at the bottom, beep when you receive a notification about new messages on the chat. We will also talk to say, how do you participate in the chat so that you understand exactly what we're talking about. So now let's go to the address. This is basically the address that is kept on the system you'll understand that every time you're buying a product, you've got two choices. Are you going to go and fetch the product from the office, or are you going to get the products delivered to you? So as you can see, excuse me, as you can see here, the first option is that this is delivery from the office, for example, which means you go and get the products from the office. And for those that normally will send it to whatever address, that information will be here. All right. And then let's go to the password. Sometimes it so happens that you've given your passwords to someone because you wanted them to help you at that point in time and so on. And going forward, now that you are okay, you can now change your password to what you want. Sorry, my leaders, can you mute yourself as you come into our house, please? So you are able now to change your password so that it is only you that have got access to your own back office. So what I normally would advise is that if you know you're using a standard password, if you're gonna give someone access to your back office, maybe change it to a simple thing like 12345, something like that, so that the person is able to log in, show you what they need to show you, or do whatever that they need to do. And then once now it's done, then you can come in here again and change it back to what you normally use. And nicely at APL Go, whatever that you do, that password change that you make, it will be sent to your email as a confirmation, so that you don't say, Kanene, what did we change? What did I change my password to? The moment you say my password is Ndyebo, so your APL Go will send you that password Ndyebo there in your email address, so that tomorrow when you says, yesterday I changed my password, I'm not sure what did I say, you can always find your password. Even now, as we spoke, as we talk, even if you have not changed the password before, the password that has been given to you by APL Go is already sitting on your email address, which makes life easy for you to say. If you forget, just go to your emails and search for APL Go. You'll see one of the emails will be your password. Okay. Now let's go to, okay, let me skip this one for now. I'll end off with it. When you go to identification, this is basically how the system identifies you in terms of what is it that you can do on the system. Now, if you've just registered someone, that person, there are certain things that they won't be able to. When someone is new, brand new, joined yesterday, joined last month, joined last year, but has not validated the account, meaning that put in your ID numbers, and you sent in your copy of your ID, your address, and all those type of things, you will get this nominal, which means you can only do these three things. One, you can make orders, you can and get notification on the system, you can do payments of products, and so on. But you will not be able to do transfers between accounts. If I want, like we did last time, to say, I want to transfer some euros from my account to someone's account, as also to be able now to get commissions in terms of putting in your card details and stuff like that. You will not be able to do that. Anything to do with money, maybe let me put it like that as a summary. You can't be able to do it if your account is not validated, or something like that. But I will show you exactly what to do. So once it is validated, you'll see you fall under the category of identified, because everything if you in your account is fine. So this means that if now at this point you want to log into your system and be able to check is everything fine, then go there and go to account details identification. You'll be able to see where it says identified, all those should be ticked. Okay. And then I'll just touch a little bit on qualification, because remember, we've already done this last. But what I want to bring to your attention, when you go to qualification, your system will always tell you what is the maximum qualification, and also when was this qualification you did. And then now you start to look at the different months, and start to say, okay, what rank am I achieving, or what qualification am I achieving on a month-to-month basis? Am I improving? Am I not? Am I maintaining? Because the important thing is start somewhere and then maintain to a point where you increase your qualification. Maintain, increase, never go back. So when you are starting to build right, there's a lot of people that have right. That is why now we've said the team must make it a point that you know that you've got your managers. Help your managers to be managers that will always be managers, but then the increase towards senior managers. They establish themselves there while building their own managers. Then they move from senior manager to director, while also helping their senior managers who are also helping their managers. So you get what I mean? So we are saying we pick ourselves up, we're moving as a team. So as this level moves to senior director, you know your first level goes to director, your second level goes to senior manager, your third level goes to managers. So you will always be moving like that, which will make it easy to say once you've reached a certain qualification, there is no turning back because everyone is coming with you. You are not moving alone. And then now there's a buffer between yourself and your first level, which means that anything happens, you will go to a certain rank or a certain qualification, you say hello, and then next month you drop down. So to avoid that, let us build and build nicely. Okay. And then now let's go to the personal website. Now, in the personal website, the important thing in here is that one, you need to go and put in your photo. So choose a photo that you like, and then you'll be able to upload in there. So when you click on change, it will ask you to go to your computer or your phone, wherever it is, click on whatever that you click on, whatever picture. And then when you click on open, then it will put your picture here. Then at least you know that there on top, when we always says click on your picture, you know that that picture there is already part of what you've selected. You can see this is me. If there's something that you don't like, go and choose another picture by coming to your personal website, and then you know that you are sorted out. Secondly, there is this point that says get your own APL Go website as an APL Go associate and start receiving commissions from sales on your website. You understand also, we've spoken about this before, but I'm showing you where exactly is it. When the president says you want to go and acknowledge people that have been using their website to be able to sell, you know, so it's so easy when you go and create it here, because if you do not go and create it here, when you go up there to your invitation links, you will not see the customer in here. You will only see the associate. Okay, so it's important that you make sure that you've got your associate as you're wanting to build, as well as you've got your customers in there. And that is now where you go when you want to create that customer. And then it now wants to know what are you on social media, in terms of WhatsApp, in terms of Facebook, in terms of Instagram. So you can go and populate all of this information in there, so that at least anyone that goes and look at this information can know exactly that on social media, this is where we can find you. And then if you do not want to be called with your original name, you want to be called something else, like, you could say Sister Boss, that Asnat maybe wants to use Sister Boss as a name, then you will come and put here whatever name that you decide you want to put. Please mute, my leader. Then lastly, select the way your sales will be used. Remember, as you starting the business, promoter level, associate level, builder level, mentor level, a VIP, okay? So any of those statuses, you can always says you want, when whatever that you get from your sales as you're gonna be selling, the 30% that must come to you, what must it credit you with? You want it to work towards the next status in your case. But the moment you are diamond, there is not other status other than diamond in there, which means now all of you that are already on diamond need to be able to come here and choose personal activity, because you want that percentage that you get whenever someone is buying on your system to go towards your personal activity. But if you are still moving towards diamond, you want it to assist you towards achieving your diamond status. So this is quite important for us to have a look at it. And now let's go to the settings. On the settings, what do we see? We see that you are able to amend the phone number one, which is very important. Remember, some people, I know of some people that didn't have a phone at the time, they used someone else's phone, didn't have an email at the time, they used someone else's email or things like that. But once everything is settled down, do not forget to say, let's come back here and update the details so that number one, you are able to be contactable. Either the office wants to get hold of you or they want to send an email or things like that. Then at least you know that you can be contactable here. And then another important thing is that at APL Go, the email address is crucial to effect that everything that is a confirmation, which I will show you as well here, will go through via your email, because currently the office still needs to engage with the service provider that will give us the SMS authentication. At this present time, we are only using either it will be Google Authenticator or it will be the email address. But I will show you some of these things as well. Now let's go to the binary management. Now, when you remember what we said also last week is that every time you are building your team, meaning that now you've registered a few people, but now the system is giving you a opportunity to place. So that placement must always start towards the left side of whatever leg that you are trying to build. Is it leg one or leg two? It does not matter really. Because at the end of the day, when you do that, that leg on the outer side is what we call your sponsor leg, sort of. So that even when you sponsor, please mute my leader. Please mute leaders. Okay, sorry for that. So your outer leg is always known as your sponsor leg, sort of. So if I go to my leg one and I use the left side of my leg one, or I go to leg two, I use my left side of my leg two. At any point in time, if there is a spillover that will happen on leg one on the left, then at least I know that as my leaders are putting people there, I will also get some of those spillovers. So that is why also here, by default, you will see it will say leg one left side. By default, it is putting that there. Now, be very careful when you are playing around in your back office. There are certain things that you really must not touch, especially this one, because it's very difficult to unchange this. It's like saying if you've placed someone at the wrong side or at the wrong place, it's very difficult now to go and want to migrate that person and move them to a new location. That's a very difficult situation that you are creating for yourself. So as much as I say this is our playground, let us also read some of the points or the information or the notes that are written for us. For example, for our information, look at this. If you change the direction of the placement of partners in the branch or in your legs, the corresponding setting will not be available to you for 6 months. So meaning that should you say now, I want to move towards the right side, it means that now you will not be able to change this again. It will be like this for the next 6 months. So it's very important that you manage all of these type of things, particularly when the system automatically puts people on your structure because you did not place people as per the timeline you are given. Remember, the system gives you 7 days for you to
this below.
Evening, leaders. Okay, it looks like it's network from his side. I'm sure
Yeah.
he will come shortly.
Sorry once again. Eish. Yeah, ne. This load shedding. Eish, zizokhala kuze kube nini manje. But anyway, once again, apologies. So let us continue. So I hope that now you have understood the binary management. The most easiest thing for you is that leave it as it is. If it says left-hand side, which it will say by default, leave it as it is there. We'll change it when you really know what you're doing and you've really have engaged with your upline and your team and to say, this is the reason why we want to start now changing this now towards the right-hand side or whatever the case may be, okay? And then let's go down to the security. The security, so far, you've got what is called the two-factor authentication. It's either you have it disabled or it will give you an option to use a Google Authenticator. So for those guys that are on social media a lot, you will know this to say, whenever you are logging in, you want the system to be able to give you a code on your Google Authenticator that you can put in here because maybe you do not trust that someone can use your or can crack your account or whatever the case may be. So if you really think there is that kind of a security that you need, then you can come in here and choose Google Authenticator. Okay. Or if you don't and you are thinking, ah, I'm fine the way it is, there's nothing hectic happening in my account anyway, then you'll leave it as disabled. And then when it comes to confirmation methods, especially to do with monies, also, you can use Google Authenticator or you can use the email, which is what currently it is used by default. Anything that when you say, I think I did show you last time also, go back to the previous videos. The moment you say send money to this person, it will send you a code on your email. Then you have to take that code and you come and put it in here it's a security feature so that no one can just log in and send money from your account because one time you gave them access and then you forgot to change the password or whatever the case may be. Now, this is the SMS that I was talking about. As you can see, I cannot go to it. It's currently inactive. That's what I was referring to say we need to keep on checking with the office to say how far are they from engaging with a service provider for bulk messaging or whatever, because once this has been activated, whenever you want to do something, it will send you a quick SMS on your phone and then you can authenticate from there instead of having to go to emails. Remember, a lot of people that we interact with, especially the born before technology guys, you know, they don't look at emails a lot. If they do have, you've created it because it was necessary at the time for the person to have the email, but going forward they don't use it, they don't check it, and those points. But we know that a lot of people, they use phones. Yes, it might not be SMS, it might be WhatsApp, but at least it's within your range. And then there is that balance display that everyone was raving about, to say no more now will I be able to not to be able to open my back office because I don't want people to see how much money I have there and what have you. So you know that when you want to hide your balance, you just activate that hiding of a balance, and then after that you click on change. And then from there, you know that at any point in time, the balance that normally shows here will disappear, because that is basically how you want things to happen. But if you don't want to hide it, you go and unhide and then you click on a change, and then your balance will sort of come back. So this is basically what we have under the account details. So now what I want to do is I want to log out of this account and try and log in an account that we can be able to see. Let's try this one. I want to log in an account that we can be able to see that information that is needed, meaning that the person has not already put in their personal details. Oh yes, good. This is the one. Now, so you are new in your account. Now, when you go to account details, personal details, first thing that it wants to know, country, South Africa. Now, here's another point. If it so happens that you're going to go to Italy, or you're going to go to Ghana, or you're going to go to Moldova, you are able to go and change this here to that particular country so that when you start to put in your address, then it recognizes where you are and where will you get your details, you know. But also some other people, when they come in here, for some strange reason, it says Australia. Ne? I say for some strange reason, but I think it is because that Australia is the first that is there. You know, let's see. And then from there, let's leave it as South Africa. I will click on continue. You'll see that there on top, I'm on number 1, which is select country. So now it is ticked. It will go to contact details, which is number 2, where now it gives you an opportunity to say, what is your email address? And then also how you want things to be used. And then also here, what is the cell phone number that has been allocated? And then from there, you can go and continue. Now, this is the third and final step, where now you need to go and specify, these are the details, here's the information, particularly the personal details, to say, what is the date of birth? So go there and select what is the date of birth. And then from there, I'll just choose whatever. And then you go and put in the ID number in there, and then also go and repeat there. And then also the state of, was it in South Africa? And after that, you can go and upload your copy of your ID, you know, so that APL Go can go and verify if this is who you say you are. And then lastly, you go and choose the put in the mailing address, you know, all the physical address, what, and then you click on continue. Once you have done that, then the system then will go in stage 4, which is what is called verification, which means automatically this information goes to APL Go headquarters in Europe, where now they will validate this information according to the ID number that you've put in here, according to the ID picture or passport, whatever that you have used in there, to verify that indeed it is Ndyebo Nguna, indeed it is this ID number, indeed he's a South African, and what have you. Once they have verified, now you are able now to transfer money, you are able to do whatever that you need to do. This is where I say the account is fully verified. And this process takes about 2 to 3 days, I think 48 to 72 hours for it to be done. And obviously during the week, which makes things a lot easier. Don't do it on a Friday evening and expect by Sunday all is well, kind of a thing. Okay, so that basically sums up for us the account details. Is there anyone that has got any questions so far before we get to the report? Because I want to show you on the report in terms of how do you check people that have done overactivity in your team? How do you check people that have done the what you call the 5,000 PVs and stuff, so that you can always look now we've got this promo that is running, where we know that, okay, at any point in time, we need to check in terms of how far are my people from achieving a promo and stuff like that. So we need to be able to check all of that information. So if there's any other question, if there's no other question, then we can go to the reports. And then on the report, they want to know firstly, or you've got about 5 options. On the report, you've got structured information, you've got income analysis, you've got matching group bonus details, you've got unilevel bonus details. Then the last one will be the report wizard. So when I click on structured information, it wants to know in your team, what is the ID of the person that you want to look at here? So it's either gonna be yours or the person that you invited personally. Okay. Okay, let me go back and change the account. Oh, oh, okay, report, structured information, and there is your address is automatically put in there unless you want to put in the ID of the person you personally invited. So meaning that in your structure, you can say, I want to look at that leader going down instead of from myself going down. Okay, there are certain things that you will see here. Firstly, you will see, excuse me, persons or partners that you have enrolled, and it looks at the last 7 months. So you will see what is the total partners, what is the growth of active partners, new partners in terms of your recruitment, how have I been doing, who placed an order in the specific month, the partners subscription that expires within this month, and those that have already expired. This is a very powerful report for you to look at, to say, you see, that's why I says the last 7 months. So starting from March 2023 up until September now, you can see if you are comparing from month to month, what are the total partners that are currently active. We're not talking about everyone that is in your structure. You might have 1,000 people in your structure. If 200 are active, it's going to give you 200 here. And then what is the growth that we're experiencing? And then how many recruits are you having in those particular months? Who placed orders? So you can see if your people are not doing so well or they're doing well, and then how you want to assist them going forward. And then secondly, we look at the turnover. Also, the turnover in the last 7 months, you can be able to say, okay, let's look at the activities that we did in terms of me and my team. Secondly, what upgrades have been happening within my structure? And lastly, let's make a combination of the activities and the upgrade. So you can put information in here at any point in time and compare it from month to month or from your March all the way to your September and see which one was my bad month. I think it was March. Which one is another bad month? I think it's September. So let me make a comparison between March and September and see what can I deduce from there. Then let's look at average purchases. If you're talking about purchases now, in terms of your PVs, what have I been doing since March 2023? And then if also you can look at the upgrades in terms of the PVs, how many PVs have I achieved in that period, in these months, for example, and then when you make a combination of the two, so look at March here and then look at September this side. So you can see from month to month, am I going down or am I going up or going up and down, or is it an upward trajectory? Now it's going down. And then it's because remember, in a business, you'll always have that situation whereby your business goes up and then it goes down. So that was our structure information. Okay. Now let's look at income analysis. When you look at income, you want to know how have I been earning? And then you go and choose the period in there. Let's say we want to look at August. So let's look at the month of August, for example, and then show graph. Now you'll see there on top, it says pie chart. So you can view it in pie chart or in a bar chart or in a line chart. It's up to you what you want. Now, what this will show you, it will show you how much you made in that particular month. And also it will show you where did the money come from. You see, so from here, I can see already that the majority of the money came from start bonus, which was followed by a group bonus, which was followed by a uni-level, and then there was activity bonus and lifestyle. You get what I mean? So at any point in time, at first glance, you just see that, oh, okay, now I see the money came from here. So which means I had a lot of people that came on board in that particular month, for example. That is why the majority of my money came in. And then this is the bar chart, and then also now we have the line chart. Now the advantage of a line chart is now where you want to track how have I been doing from month to month in terms of all the different bonuses and all the different months year to date. So you show you that here, these are the bonuses, start bonus all the way to matching, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bonuses. In March, how much in total did I get? And then where did that money come from? From which bonuses? In February, all the way until you get to the current month, which is September. So for now, September is still ongoing, but let's look at August to say if you are comparing January and August, for example, and then you look at the different group bonus was this, group bonus here, start bonus. Oh, I had more start bonus here, and so on. So you look at where are all of these monies coming from, and then you start monitoring for yourself in there. Matching group bonus details. Now, also you want to check from when do you want to look at this, and then we click on show. Let's see. I just want to get any information that I can put in here. Okay, I think I was using another account when I was doing this earlier on, but it's not a problem. It will give you the similar information to say, now you don't want like we did on the income analysis. Income analysis was giving you all the different bonuses in one window. Now here we are looking only for matching group bonus to say, what did I receive for matching group bonus in this period? So if you're going to say you are looking for a period August, so you want to check from the 1st of August, for example, to the end of August. Excuse me, what matching group bonus did I get? And then you click on show. It will be able to give you all of that. And then most importantly, the levels to say at what levels was I getting what in your structure as you go down. Now, when you click on detailed information, it will also give you from who did you get 20 euros. And then from this one, 5 euros from this one. So now it will also go and populate the people that gave you that type of thing. So it's not necessarily just totaling it everything up, but it will say from Ndyebo you got $4 or 4 euros. From leader Asnat you got 29. From leader Jules you got 89. So you can see, oh, okay, this is the person that gave me so much when you are looking at the detailed information. And then the same is it happens with your unilevel bonus details, because now you are particular. You want to look at these bonuses. And so also here you go and select in terms of here you want August until end of August, and then you click on show. At least here there's some information in here, so you can see that on your levels. Now remember, this is about your compensation in terms of unilevel. On your levels, you've got 1 to 6, and so far here on this, we only got that payment from level 1 and level 2. And I think it is got to do with the ranking up. Remember, as you rank up, your system will start paying you at more levels as you go from manager, senior manager, director, senior director, managing director, corporate, national. So as you go to all of those levels, you are also opening up other levels of saying, I'm inviting money in here. Let us go. And then if you say now, go and show me detailed information. Remember, whenever we talk about our compensation plan, especially here at unilevel, we always talk about the compression. So when you say something is being compressed, it means that you as a person, if you've got 10 levels and you are being paid from 1 to 6, but there's some couple of gaps in between your 10 levels, your structure will be compressed so that your 1 to 6 levels will always be paying you, which is what we like about this thing, because some people have lost leaders to whatever reasons and so on. They're no longer on the business and so on. So now you see yourself, you've got gaps there and there and there. Now you are trying to build from scratch. Now the system will say, don't worry. Whoever is not here, I will act as if they're not here. I will compress. If they were on the 5th level and now you don't have anyone on the 2nd level, that 5th becomes 2nd, the 6th becomes 3rd, and so on. So now you are compressing until you have your 1 to 6 level, which makes life easier for you. And then lastly, this is now the report wizard. This is now, you see all these 4 reports that we've discussed so far was already pre-populated information if you need them. But should you say, no, I want to create my own report from scratch, I want to check how do I do ABC. Okay, so the first thing that you do in here, you come and give your report a name. For example, I'll say, let me say MD for managing director. I want to check in my team who has achieved the level, who has done an overactivity for managing director, for example. And then you call, and then you choose from the 1st of September until to date. Okay, now you've got countries in here. Now this is talking to people that are already building a multi-level, multi-country relationship or business, so to speak. You've got people in Ghana, people in Nigeria, people in Kenya, people all over the place. So now you go and select which of the countries that you want to be dealing with. No, I just want to look at South Africa, for example. Then he says, okay, I've got a team in South Africa. This promo was only for South Africa, so let me go and choose South Africa there. But if it was a global promo like the one the president will do for the cruise, then you leave that open and not select South Africa, because you want anyone that is able to achieve throughout the world. So when we say we are global citizens, this is one of the things that we are talking about. Also, when you want to filter it according to your structure, then you says, okay, in my structure, I've got 1,000 people, but I want to start seeing it from this person downwards. I don't want to see everyone. I want to only see it from this level downwards. Then you'll go and put in the ID number or the APL or ID of that particular person. And then you come down here now to say, okay, now what is it that you want to see? Now, the important thing is, firstly, we were talking about a overactivity. Remember what overactivity means is that you do your activity first, and then after that, you do an overactivity. So let's say your activity for you to be active in a month is 40 PV. You must do your 40 PV, and then on top of that, for you to go and do managing director, you need 100 PV, which means you need a total of 140 PV. If you are going for the corporate director, you need to have 300 PVs, yes. So you need to do an overactivity. You need to do your activity first, then an overactivity of 300 PV. If you are going for national director, it is 600. So you need to do your activity first, and then on top of that, you do your overactivity. So now, when I choose this one that says personal activity, personal purchase for activity, that's when I want to see who are the people that have done their activities, number one. Secondly, who are the people that have done an overactivity? So that you can see now that in my team, who is achieving and who is not achieving so far, or who is short of certain PVs. If they can just go and recruit a mentor or a builder, then they will make it. So this is the information that you can use to be able to deal with it with your team, so that as you analyze, you are able to say, look, this person is short of 40 PV. That is just a promoter. Come on, we can do this. Someone to sign up with the 1.5, or that is nothing. So let's go and make sure that between today, this is the third day, so it's 28, 29, 30 month end. So to run away from lastminute.com, let's make sure that by tomorrow latest, we want to make sure that this person has already done their overactivity. And then we go then to the top there that talks about the volumes. Remember, under normal circumstances, you work on your pay leg. I don't like to call it small leg, I call it a pay leg. So, and the normal thing says, in order for you to be a managing director, you need to make sure that in your pay leg, you've got 5,000 PVs. But for this promo that is running, we need to make 5,000 PVs in both legs, which makes life easier for us. As a corporate, you need to have 12,500 in your pay leg. But for this promotion, that 12,500 can be on both legs. Okay. So now, in order for you to look at it normally, this is the option that you would go for, because you want to see, have I got 5,000 PVs, or have I got 12,500 PVs? But for the benefit of this exercise that we are doing now, we will look at all legs, because the current promo says, as long as you've got 12,500 points, it does not matter if 12,000 comes from your strong leg and 500 comes from your pay leg, or vice versa, or half. It does not really matter. So you'll go and select that in there, and then you can put in here as the maximum, for example, 5,000 PVs in there, or you leave it as it is. The system is clever enough to go and pull down everything in there. And then from there, you can be able to generate the report. When you click on generate the report, it will give you this information here to say, this is the ID, and then this is the MD, which is the name that you've written there on top. For me, was managing director. I want to check managing directors. And then it says the status awaiting processing. And then it shows you the date and the time that this was processed. So you've got this green tick here next to report. You can always click on it until it says done. And then it will say there you are able to go and view. So we go there and you click on it, or I can go and open it in another window. Let me do it this way. And then you see exactly what report came out. Okay, so here's the report that is coming out. So now it's like Excel. You can go now and click on it and sort of sort in terms of the minimum versus the maximum. And then you can see that, hey, you know what? These are the PVs that are here. So these guys are not going for the promo, for example, but they are making sure that there's activity that is happening on the line. Or no, these ones, I see 3 of them are qualifying, or one of them is only, if let's say here, this 124, you are supposed to be 125. Let's make an example. You know that I just need to have one. Yes, my leader.
Sorry to trouble you. Please share that screen of your report. We can't see that.
Oh, sorry for that.
Thank you.
Can you see it?
We're seeing your back
office.
Not the page
Okay.
of the report.
Okay, now you see it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, no problem. So when your report comes, it comes like this. And then you can be able to feel like I was making in this example here to say, if this leader here has got 124 points, maybe they needed just to have 125, which means it's only one PV left. Then you know that, look, my leader, just go and do something. on your structure, then you'll be able to be there. Or if this one is on 44 but needs to be on 100, you know what? Go and register an associate or so, then you'll be able to make it to that level. So you are using this information for you to go and check exactly how far your people are and so on. Leaders, I'm also just trying to rush here because my battery is flagging me down. Remember, I'm on the street trying to run away from the load shedding, but I'm hoping that at least you got the gist of what we are saying in here. I'm gonna try and log in with another device in case this I got cut off or something like that. But yeah, I'm hoping, I don't know if there's anyone that has got questions in there in terms of the account details that we did, as well as the report that we have created. Okay, so no, then I hope then all is well. So as I was saying, today was the last day of this session. So I'm hoping that going forward, you will continue to work on your back office so that at any point in time you play around, you seeing this. It's a very nice thing to play around, especially in these reports. Go there, click, 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 find your way. You will never go wrong. So that you see what's happening in my structure, what can we improve, who is who's doing what, and so on. At any point in time, you can be able to give some way of sort of thought leadership or of some sort, because now you've got information that you are working on. You're not talking from Jay, you just cutting something out of your mind. You've got something that you know, I'm referencing to this, and for you to grow, you talking to your leaders now, for you to grow, these are the things that you need to concentrate on. It's either it's on the recruitment side of things or on the maintenance side of things, or if you want to go and rank up, these are the things that you need to be looking at and things like that. So yeah, I just want to appreciate everyone for coming through. I think I'm left with 2 minutes on this clock. But if there's any other thing, we will continue to communicate. It's not really a train smash, but you know, I was just making sure that I can come out here. For all you know, I'm sitting next to a tennis court. I'm watching people playing tennis, you know, so that at least we can get the light. We've got a network of some sort. Apologies. Also, we get some few glitches there, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a luta continua. The struggle must continue, and we must get this information so that we can use it to better ourselves and our teams. So yeah, let me stop here before it officially cuts me off. But thank you so much for the journey. We've been doing this for the whole month of September. So thank you for everything. We will keep on thinking of things that we can do to make sure that we improve on this. And I'm hoping whoever that will be presenting next, you know, I was already talking about, we need to start looking at all of this, the art of making sure that we get those people on the ground from ranking up, you know, to say, let's look at it from that level upwards, which will make it easier, you know. So thank you for everything. Yeah, we have now concluded the back office, and we're hoping that go back and look at all the previous videos, including today's, which will be made available as soon as possible, so that you know that now you've got a full training. I don't know, from here you will tell if there's anything. I think from here people will say, okay, I still have a challenge there and there, but at least you have a point of reference to say, look, I think Leader Ndyebo once spoke about this. Let me just go to one of the videos. Let's make use of the information that we have.
I think we've lost leader Ndyebo. If there's any questions, we still have many leaders here. Let us know. But I think he's concluded most of the training. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this evening.
Oh, wow, amazing. Thank you. Bye.